freaking polish this damn thing. Get these fingerprints off. Fucking kid. Ah! Hello, and welcome to Plebpla. This is yet another review of more obscure kits that I've collected in my time. Today's review will include many Japanese sportsmen, the 1/100 scale no grade sumo, as well as the P-Bandai no grade sumo gold and silver plating set. What you do not get with either of these, and you should know this going into any plated kit, if that's chrome plating, titanium plating, gold plating, the Haiku Chic, the Delta, whatever, it is best to keep at hand some microfiber cloths. These every time I buy a phone case, I get one with the, $15 ones I order on Amazon. You get these for glasses. I'm sure they're incredibly cheap anywhere that you might need to get eyewear care or phone care. Because, and I'm sitting back here for this review, because these kits, these shiny boys, are magnets to fingerprints like you would not believe. If you think you've got greasy fingers, you'll never know how bad they are until you take your fingers off of this shoulder and and then you're sad. And if you're a little bit OCD like me, it really makes for bad pictures when you upload your shots and people are seeing your thumbprints as opposed to the quality and shine of these builds. And that's the number one top thing about these three kits right here is holy meh, they are all kinds of shiny. They are the most shiny things that I've ever owned, and I even had that gold-plated Delta Gundam. Don't like it. I don't like parts formers. That's a story maybe for another day. So, the important thing is to talk about the kit. What you get in your 1/100 scale gold-plated sumo, and this is a standard release that you can find manufactured according to the box, 1999, the same year that Turn A came out. You get your standard 100 scale manual, which is always, the folded stapled pages with your centerpiece being about the mobile suit, about the anime a little bit, and some design sketches on the smaller details. What the kit itself comes with is an IF bunker with two effect parts. I have one plugged in here, and this is the other one. This is a more striking, punch face style. You get the beam gun, and you get two versions of the heat fan. That is what this weapon is called, the heat fan. You get one that is assembled back to front, not really meant for holding, because this has two pegs here on the side in which it is supposed to plug into the butt skirt, but any sort of movement, once you set it in place, if you move those legs too much, it's gone. It's not really secure so much as it's kind of like pressurized in there. And then you get your regular heat fan, which has a point of articulation. Because of the nature of holding it like this, you can't really get a good slashing motion in there, so it allows you to twist and turn it at your leisure. About the 100 scale, as you've probably seen, the grip on the sumo is not that great on the arm. This could be a sign of age, but a lot of the times putting the arm in place causes it to fall. You can already feel a little bit of looseness in there, because that's an immediate drop back unless I raise it up higher. The biggest problem I have with this is in the waist, because a good kit should not have that much wobble to it, especially a 100 scale. Ergo the complaints about the backplated heat fan. And you just saw it lean forward unprovoked. Another point of protest about this, and this is one that I had to really sit and think about. As you see here on the front cover, as well as the back cover, the suit is about 80% gold. Even this back piece here, which is very strange because the chest piece seen here and this weird backpack bit, I'm completely unsure what this is supposed to be. Neither one of those are the correct color. And this is manufactured as such. I believe we've had past problems with poor manufacturing colors. What is that, the Rosen Zulu episode 5 version? It's no good. Even in the manual, it's very hard to show. I think that's gunpla. That was not gunpla. I'm waiting on some P-Bandai. Perhaps this will appear before this review goes up. I digress. What is very difficult to show in this manual, because I'm not moving forward, not this time, is in these screenshots down here in the corner, even the color of this is still more accurate to this color than the gold seen here. It's very inconsistent. But this ties directly into our no grades down here. We're going to cast you off into the void for now. Because the stickers that come with the 2014 reprint of the no grade sumos for the gold and silver plating, these are the stickers that come with the kit, which match the color of the 100 scale. I am completely unsure. Perhaps this coloring makes it easier for color mixing. Like if you have a certain yellow or the Gundam marker yellow, that brown's going to show through and it'll get you closer to the correct color across the chest. It's a mystery to everyone. So, moving on to our no grades. Both of these kits are exactly 110% the same, except for color. On our silver sumo, you get the IF bunker, you get the beam shield, and you get a non-moving heat fan. And more or less all three kits have the same range of motion and articulation, with some exception to the 100 scale, because that backpack piece does not allow you to get full 360-degree range of motion on the arms. You don't get the arms up very high at all. And you get what is only going from forearm to bicep up here, over here. This is probably about 100 degrees. That's not 90-degree bend. But you also get some articulation in the shoulder piece up here. You get a full twist on the hands, which are ball joints, which is fine. The gun is articulated not to come out, but you have to remove this ring, which I've painted, in order to get the gun out of the hand. The IF bunker in all cases plugs directly into the forearm. Let's see, as far as legs, you get not even a 90-degree split. Your forward motion is forced up and at an angle because, again, these are no grades, so you kind of have to excuse it for the age. You do get a 90-degree bend here, and you get some good motion going on in the legs. The head, obviously, you get no up and down, but you get a full 360 with no effort whatsoever. Both of which are entirely the same. And again, aside from the 100 scale, it's only slightly different, but it's much more common. What I've done, though, is I've taken the heat fans and painted them with gold and silver gunpla markers. And as much as I didn't want to have to change angles, I am lying. I will have to change angles. Not just yet. The runners and the manuals are the original no-grade 1999 release manuals. There's absolutely nothing different about them. They're regular assembly. Get those pictures off the internet. You get 2 gold-plated runners, 2 silver-plated runners, a couple of small ones for the parts that go into the eyes, 2 sheets of stickers for the chest across the front and the face piece, and then a gray and a matte silver runner, which works for the joints and inner frame and gun and accessories for each one of the 2. I suppose I could have put the more silver one with the silver and had a more, like, had them more, the colors closer together. I didn't want to. I still could. It's not that hard. I wonder what that would look like. And you get plenty of the super old PC 115 runners from the no grade days that come with ball joint hands that really aren't going to fit in there. Or if they do, they're not very effective. So, before I move to show you something, I heavily suggest acquiring for any one of these 3 kits at least 1 Action Base 4 or 5. The Action Base 4 is better for your 100 scale. The Action Base 5 is better for your for your 144s. But because of the nature of these waists, he barely woggles, and it's acceptable for a height. Because of the thickness at the waist here, there is not any room in which to put in the U-hook, you know, the waist hook pegs or adapters from the regular Action Bases. They simply don't fit. And so you'll want to use the good old the clamps. Put the clamps on them. But we will transition to the forward. So, here we are, back at the other angle, like I promised I wouldn't do, to show you that, well, let me go ahead and grab these runners. I'm sure these will, these gold runners, these nice gold shiny plated runners, as shiny as they are, these are super old. As you can see, not a one of these has any undergate. I can't imagine why this would focus on a different spot. But they're all, there we go. All of these are regular attachments just like the old high grade. So what you will end up with are gaps and nubs. Look, hello camera, hello me. Let's see if I can get this to focus and show you the all-important part of what we're trying to accomplish here. Focus, please. Can you please focus? Can I focus manually? How do I do this? Here we go. Okay, so all my fingerprints aside, what I want to show you is this very glaring, bright, shiny part. Hold on, let me use this. You already lost focus again. God damn it. There it goes. What to show you is this part right here. This is where it is attached to the runners. This is where I have attempted to use the official Gundam gold-plated marker. See? Official. Gunpla. I also got a silver one, knowing that I was going to have to build these things and probably have to cover up the nubs. As you can see easily, in the right light, maybe from a distance, you probably can't tell that you've had to cover up nubs. But as you get up on there, it is inevitable, it is undeniable that you have had to deal with an out of focus camera. This is very difficult. I do apologize. But what you have to deal with are covering up nubs on this thing like nobody's business. Please focus, camera. What is... There. Very nice. Okay. Had to cover those up with the marker. This is unfortunate. At least on the silver, from what I can say, is that and at a distance, it ain't so bad. It ain't too bad. But all the same, once you get up in there, once you let your friends touch your toys on your shelves, you're going to see those glaring nub marks on there. And there's little to nothing to be done about it. Because if you would likely have to strip off all the plating, which is the primary reason for getting this whole P-Bandai set, of its plating in order to paint and get an even coat. Unless you go and buy perhaps a professional grade, automotive chrome, gold, and silver, and then you'll probably have to do your own full coat of paint on that. I don't know much about painting. I'll be honest. I'm a pleb. That's why we founded Plebpla, because I'm a basic bitch. But you get nub marks, and all of your shinies are going to really stand out. I complained about that waste, didn't I? You see how it just falls right over? But that's enough of my griping. For as many complaints as I have, I'd like to believe that there's at least a novelty and a love to having no grades. I'm sure anybody who likes Turn A, and people who I've shown this to are like, oh my god, I love the Sumo. The Sumo is so underappreciated. And I agree. Turn A is really underrepresented in most, everything. You get Turn A, you get the Capul, and then everybody forgets about the rest. What about the Wadam? What about Karen's Capul? Corin, not Karen. The moral of the story is, if you find them and you really like the design, I say invest your money into it. Even the P-Bandai set wasn't that costly, even though I bought it months and months ago and I forgot what I paid. The no grade 100 scale, your boy over here, I picked up at a convention, so at least those are in circulation. They're very shiny. And it's all a matter of skill and determination how much you can make those nub marks disappear. Just like this review. And as always, SIEG ZEON.